Hello and welcome to my Movember announcement/challenge video. First of all, I want to thank the kind person who anonymously donated $100 already. Blows me away how generous some people are. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So, what I'm up to this year for Movember is I am going to attempt to grow a moustache which is often referred to as a slug. In my case, it's probably nothing more than a malnourished worm, but I'm going to give it a crack anyway. What's really driven me to do it this year is that a month back I had a little scare. I was in bed one night, fondling my testicles, and I found a little lump. And it kind of freaked me out a little bit because I'd never noticed it before. I thought I really needed to go to the doctor and talk about it, but the very fact of going into a doctor and saying that I found a lump on my testicle was quite daunting, as any normal person would feel, I suppose. So what I did is I thought, well, I'll start talking about it with the people I feel comfortable with first, like my boss and my colleagues, much to their discomfort, and sort of normalized it. And then I booked an appointment to see a doctor who told me to lie down on my bed. I had to take my pants off and wait for him to fondle my balls, sort of like, yeah. It was sort of embarrassing, but then sort of weird, and then sort of not. Suddenly, he found the lump. He's like, "Is that it?" I'm like, "Yep, that's it." He's like, "Okay, don't think it's anything. I forget what he thought it was, some type of cyst." And then he sat me down and said, "Look, there's blood tests next door. We'll get you to get that out. Get a blood test, check for some markers, and we'll check for other things as well. And I'll write you a referral for an ultrasound." So that day, I went and got an ultrasound. Got straight in, and that was also a little bit embarrassing. It was done by a old Chinese lady who asked me to anchor my penis against my belly button while she applied some gel and proceeded to ultrasound. Tried not to laugh, but yeah. And that took about half an hour. I left the imaging centre with an image of my testicles, of which I have no idea what to read. I had my mother with me as well. She happened to be over on holiday, and she was like, "Aren't you going to look at them?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know what it means." And I felt relieved just even going and doing it. At least, I either had testicular cancer or I didn't, but at least I'd gone and done the steps to find out whether or not I did, which is a massive step. I got home and I noticed Mum was a bit worrying, and I'm like, "Would you like me to maybe look up on YouTube to see if I can work out how to read the MRI?" And I sort of thought, maybe I don't. It looks pretty good to me, but I'm no doctor, and Dr. Google isn't much of a doctor either. The following week, I went back to the doctor, and turns out I was all clear. And yeah, done. Good. But the whole process was a bit freaky. Another thing I'd like to mention is how good the Australian healthcare system is. I'm a Kiwi. I'm not a citizen. I got the consultancy from the doctor, the ultrasound, and then the follow-up. Didn't cost me a cent. Not 1 cent, which is amazing. Really amazing. So that's why I'm going to attempt to grow a dirty slug, or, as I said earlier, our malnourished worm. That's the first part. of Movember for me. The second part is to do with mental health, and 60 kilometres is the goal, to walk 60 kilometres or run 60 kilometres in the month, and that's to represent the 60 people, 60 men that take their own lives every hour. Sadly, I've had a number of friends that have taken their lives, and I used to be sort of apathetic towards it. I used to think that it was selfish, and I just thought I couldn't work out why, until I experienced mental health issues myself. I'll probably go into it in another video later on, but I've had anxiety, I've had depression, and I don't really get it anymore. I do get like small bits of anxiety for small things, but ultimately, some of the struggles that people have, and the ways that people deal with it. Some people don't deal with it. Some people, it's different. It's different for everyone. But anyway, the 60 kilometre thing in 30 days doesn't really seem like a challenge to me. I mean, for some people it is, and fair enough. For me, it's not. So I'm going to go extreme for me. So I've sort of written out a program. There'll be a link in this post to a Google sheet if you want to check it out. But basically the program is every single morning every day I'll be doing things that I've sort of wanted to do and hadn't done, and I'll be trying to live a perfect active month in my mind, as well as a perfect diet month in my mind. So the activities in the morning, as soon as I get up, I'll be jumping on an app called Waking Up, which is a guided meditation app by Sam Harris, who's a neuroscientist. I've always wanted to do it. I've just been too lazy and not motivated to do it. So that's in the morning. After that, like immediately after that meditation, I'll be doing sort of a breathing exercise. It's just 30 breaths in as much as I can, and then just sort of releasing, sort of breathes like that 30 times. And on the last one, I'll be going breathing out as much as I can, holding it, and then doing as many press-ups as I can with that exhale breath. And then immediately after that, I'll be having a cold shower. That's what I'll be doing every single morning for the month of November. During the week, every lunchtime, I'll either be doing some sort of high intensity training and a sauna, or a spin class in a sauna, or yoga in a sauna. The high intensity training and the spin class is pretty easy. I do that anyway. The saunas I love. Yoga is something I've wanted to do more but I find it extremely challenging and find reasons to convince myself not doing it. And then night times, I'll be doing 3 days a week. So Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be going to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's another activity that I love, but I find really challenging to go to. I every time I've wanted to go, I've taken my uniform to work. I mean, the first couple of weeks, even month, it wasn't like this, but it's sort of got like, it's so hard that my brain sort of comes up with excuses for me not to do it, which I think is part of mental health as well, is like you convince yourself not to do things that you actually would really like doing, and it's something I want to get better at. So I'll be doing that 3 days a week, and then all the other days of the week I'll be doing a 6 kilometer walk, which is I live in Cronulla, sort of up around Gunnamatta Bay, around Bass and Flinders Point, back down past Shelley Beach, down the Esplanade, and then back across the road. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'll be going for a swim and a bodyboard, or a bodyboard, depending on the surf. And that's I think all of it. Like I said, there'll be a link in this video, either up or down, to a Google sheet of which you can see what days I'm doing what if you want to. I've just weighed myself. I'm the heaviest I've ever seen myself on the scales. Quite embarrassed to say I'm 122 kilos. I had a very bad lunch, and I've been drinking a lot of beer lately. I've been eating poorly as well. I sort of blame my drinking on the Rugby World Cup being on, but if you want to drink, you'll find a reason to. Now I'm finding a reason not to. So for the month of November, I will not be drinking alcohol. It's going to be tough. There's a Christmas party on, a work Christmas party. My cousin, well, he's turning 50, but I don't think he's going to do anything. He's being a bit miserable, but I'd miss that. There's a bunch of other things on. Again, reasons why I should drink, but I'm not going to. And I am only going to eat, and this is going to be the hardest thing for me, easily the hardest thing for me. I am only going to eat meat, vegetables, and fruit. Nothing else. Meat, vegetables, and fruit. That's all I'm going to eat. I mean, when I say nothing else, I have like herbs and spices and things. But meat, vegetables, and fruit. No sugar, no dairy, no anything else. I'm going to have water. I'm going to drink water, black coffee. I will treat myself to a flat white on the weekends. And that is it. I'll maybe have cups of tea, black tea, during the night. And that's for a month. It's going to be incredibly hard. I'm horribly addicted to sugar. It's the reason why I'm overweight, probably obese. I think I'm just lucky I'm active. But yeah, that's the challenge. My goal, so those two things, my goal is to raise $500, which $100 is already paid, so I think I should get there. If I do get there, I'll add a spin class on a Saturday. If you guys want me to really work hard, if I get to $2,000, I'll add a spin class every morning before work. So 5 spin classes a week. Takes it to the next level. This video has been 13 minutes, which is a pretty long video. And if you watched this far, good on you. Thank you. Wish me luck. Messages of support will be grateful. Donations, even better. Mental health, men's health. Let's go. Have a good one.